God. Welcome to Talking Shit with the Yank.
And the Brit.
Hi, girl.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you really good?
That was pathetic, wasn't it? Sorry.
No, I thought it sounded good, considering how you feel.
Anyway, oh God. I need to fill in my chair.
I love this dynamic of one of us generally feeling like shit. By the time we record, it's really great.
Has to happen every week. One of us has to be hungover.
Yep.
And this week it's my turn.
I
Sorry.
guess
What's wrong with me?
next time it'll be me.
Oh, yeah. Well, how are you?
I'm doing well. I am not hungover because I've spent a lot of this weekend and will today kind of doing work as I usually am.
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah.
great.
I'm cool.
Well, too cool for school.
Yep. That's why I
Mhm.
didn't go.
And that's why you have to work so hard now, because you're so stupid.
It's true. You're right. It's so stupid. I'm failing almost everything.
Oh, gosh. Well, at least you're trying. That's better
Sometimes,
than nothing.
I suppose. How are you?
I'm good. As I said,
That's all
little,
you want to
little, little hungover. Went for tapas and drinks with my lady friends last night, and it
Fun.
was good fun. Went to bed very late and just a bit, you know, you just feel a bit like run down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that bad. I just feel like my liver has taken a kicking,
Yes, I know
basically.
what you mean. Usually for me, if it's not like, I mean, I don't know about you, but once upon a time I could get really, really horrible hangovers.
Mm,
And like I thankfully learned how to avoid that. But even just like a little too much beer makes me feel like someone took an eraser and just like smudged all my edges.
yeah. I still do sometimes get really bad hangovers, and I can't seem to find any correlation between what causes them.
Mm,
So I initially thought it was when I mix drinks,
yeah.
but then sometimes I'll mix drinks and feel absolutely fine the next day. Sometimes I'll drink just wine or whatever, and I'll feel absolutely terrible. So there's no rhyme or reason as to when my hangover is going to be bad. It's just
Well,
luck of the draw.
I learned a few things when I was practicing as a juvenile defense attorney that, like, for women, which is yet another reason why it sucks to be a woman, is like things like our period can
Oh,
impact how
really?
drunk we get. And maybe,
Ah,
that kind of correlates with a hangover too. It's so annoying.
that's
But
probably
yeah.
what it is then. It's just the cycle.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say at the beginning of that when I was practicing drinking rather than practicing.
Back in high school when I was practicing drinking.
Yeah.
No, I learned that for me it's generally liquor and maybe like really heavy high alcohol content beers. I prefer beer, as you know.
Mm.
But so I try to avoid that now. But I also like had the really unfortunate luck of basically the second I turned 21 was when I started getting day long horrible I can barely move
Oh,
hangovers.
really? That's pretty
Yeah.
young.
Yeah, it happened really young, and I was just like, "Well, this sucks." Didn't stop me.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, for me, it's been the 30s have been worse. It's like 3-day hangovers sometimes.
Yeah, the first one's, like, the incapacitated, can't move, horrible, and then, like, the
Mhm.
second day is just like, I don't feel right," and then the third day is like, "I feel like I got hit by a bus, but I suppose I can kinda, like, be a human."
Mm, mixed in with the, like, hangxiety.
Yeah.
I just feel like
Yep.
everything's wrong, and I don't know why.
Yep. "Why do you hate me?"
Why does everyone hate me?
Yep, get that too, that's so fun. I don't think that's, like, exclusive to women, though, which is
No,
nice.
yeah. At least we all get to share that fun
Yeah,
side effect.
yep. Well, and you have some more fun times coming up, correct?
Yeah, going to a festival next week.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I'm gonna cope because of said hangovers. Usually I can drink for one night and, as I say, I'm done for like 3 days, so I don't know how I'm gonna deal with 3 days of walking,
Mhm.
drinking, partying, singing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It, should be good, but I'm no spring chicken anymore, Catherine, so I might just die
I
if
was
you
gonna
don't
say you
hear from
could
me.
just not drink, but then I wanted to punch myself in the face for even, like, having that thought. 'Cause how dare I even consider that.
Yeah, if only I did hard drugs, then I could have just done that.
Yeah, just do some crack. God, it'll be a
Yeah,
blast.
it's very Moorish.
Well, that's exciting, and I mean, as a result, we're gonna be, making sure that we're covered podcast-wise, so that's fun, and, we're
Mm,
coming up on episode 20 for our
yeah.
next episode, and we're gonna have a special
Whoop,
guest.
whoop. Can
Surprise for everyone,
you
though.
all guess who it is? Place your bets now.
Yep, send us your money.
Yes.
My Venmo is Kate-Stevens-1. Ah,
I don't use
well,
Venmo, but send me a sealed envelope with some British sterling. That would
pound
be
coins are fine.
pound coins are fine. If that's all you got, I will accept that. Anything with the Queen's face or the King's. I don't know if they've started doing those actually.
Oh, good question.
They are doing it
Well,
at
I think
some
they
point.
have to, right?
Well, yeah, probably. But yeah, I've seen the profile, and he's got a really big, like, jowly chin, which is quite funny.
Oh, they didn't, like, try to make him look younger or better looking or anything?
Apparently not.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Right, what are we talking about, Catherine? Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. First and foremost, just, kind of a quick update or not update, just a story. My mother, after listening to one of our episodes where we talk about our irrational fears, including living in houses, pretty much,
Yeah.
shared a story of when she was younger and living in an apartment building. She had a waterbed, and
Oh.
I actually had a waterbed as a kid too, which is in hindsight like kind of weird, I guess. Anyway, um, she had a waterbed, and it was time to like either renew the lease or move, and the apartment below her became available, so they went to tour it. Um, and she noticed in the room directly below her bedroom there was like a huge crack in the ceiling, and she's like, "Oh, that's concerning." And she realized that it was because of the weight of her waterbed.
Oh my god.
Yep. And like she wouldn't have known if she hadn't gone to look, because I don't think you probably would have seen it under the bed, but also it was probably really heavy to move anyways. And she's just like, who knows how long that could have gone before all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
imagine just falling through the ceiling on a waterbed.
Yeah, maybe you'd
Just
be
sort
okay.
of floating
Ooh.
around. "Ooh, hello, sorry about that. I can't get off because I can't stop moving."
So she shared that, and I was like, "Well, that's done nothing to make me feel better, because that is one
No.
of my primary concerns, is that I'm just gonna be laying in bed and all of a sudden the floor collapses beneath me."
Oh, dear. So
And she's like, "Yeah, sorry."
did she get rid of the waterbed after that?
I didn't ask. I'll have to follow up with her on that, but like I said, I had a waterbed for many years when I was younger, and
Mm.
actually my parents did too, and I remember having friends come over and be like, "What the fuck, you have a waterbed?" "Yeah, don't you have a waterbed?"
What was
Uh,
the thing with waterbeds? Like, what
I
a weird thing.
I don't think I really ever saw them outside of, like, my house too, Like, no one I knew had them. It's a very I think honestly it was probably helpful for, like, my dad's back maybe. I know he really liked
Okay.
it, but my mom ultimately was like, "Fuck this waterbed."
Yeah. I imagine it'd be really cold in the winter and really
Surprisingly
potentially
not.
warm in the summer? No,
Mm.
okay.
No, I didn't notice that, not that I recall, because I had one for many, many years. And that never really bothered me. I think the thing that was the most annoying about it was we had pets and, if a
Yeah.
cat decided to poke a hole in it with its claw or something like that, then that was a big fucking pain in the ass and having to, like, refill it. I remember once my mom having to, like, attach a hose to the bathroom faucet or the tub faucet and, like, feed it
Fill
into my
up.
room to fill it. It's like a whole it's not quite just making your bed, I have to fill up your bed.
And patch up this 10th hole that I found from the
Yep,
fucking cat.
yep.
Oh, that's great.
So, ongoing irrational fear confirmed
Mhm.
still.
Yep.
Thankfully, that was, like, we didn't we had a one-floor house when I was a kid, so it didn't bother me then, but I will never have a waterbed again, particularly if I'm on any floor but the ground floor.
Mm. Yeah. The ground, might be able to hold that weight. I still see that we've had no engineers get in touch, so that only confirms to me that this is an ongoing issue and
Yeah,
nobody knows the real answer to it. So
yeah,
that's
and I guess I appreciate not hearing from engineers being like, "Yeah, it's really crapshoot whether or not your house collapses under the weight of anything."
yeah.
Thank you for that. It's kinda like flying, just, like, fingers crossed that this thing's gonna work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How do
Um,
planes work? Who
Speaking of
knows?
cats, though, I heard you met a cat.
I met a cat, yeah. He's called, I've met 2 actually. Actually, I've met
Tell me
3.
everything. Tell me everything.
So, I met a cat called Squeak, a cat called Bod, and they're really cool, and they're my new pals, and they love me, and I love them. And also another cat called, can't remember his name, um,
How dare you?
but it's the cat at my mum's place. It's not actually their cat, but it comes in, and,
Mhm.
my mum had Jess this weekend.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so she's in it's like a kind of, it's like a burn conversion? Barn conversion. God.
It was a burn ward, lots of ghosts.
So it's like a flat that's kinda got a high ceiling and Velux windows,
Mhm.
and the cat comes through the window all the time. It
Aw.
keeps coming to the window and, like, trying to come in, and Jess was just like, "Oh my god, there's a cat there," and was, like, trying to climb up the wall to get out this fucking window.
So Jess isn't a fan of cats.
Oh, she's a fan. Yeah, she, likes to chase them. Uh, would probably eat one if she could.
Mhm. Yeah.
So in that sense, she's a very big fan of cats. Likes them
So
very
tasty.
much. Yeah, really yummy.
She's like that, what's that show back in the day of that, like, alien aardvark thing that ate cats? Did you guys have that?
It's not ringing any bells, no.
It's a show, I swear I didn't make it up in a fever dream. Like, what was that? Hold on, I gotta find it. Okay, show about alien that ate cats. Alf. Alf was his name,
Alf.
and he was an alien that came to Earth and apparently thought cats were real tasty. So basically, that's Jess. Sounds like not a show you guys got.
Oh yeah,
Fair
I'm looking
enough.
at it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I do recognise it.
He looks like a weird kind of anteater sort of thing.
He ate cats.
Yeah, that was his favorite food.
Wow. And this is a kids show.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a kid show. I think
Oh,
it was
okay.
kind of like a sitcom on in the evening. Kids probably watched it because I do think it was funny. And I don't think you actually saw him eat cats.
I
I don't
hope
actually
not.
know. I didn't watch it. I'm just aware of it.
You loved it. Actually,
No,
I
because
hear.
it,
I hear that
it
you ate
aired
cats.
from, yes, it aired from 86 to 1990. So, like,
Oh, okay.
anytime I came across it was well after it was done. So,
But that's where you got all your inspiration from,
yeah. In
to
fact, I
barbecue
got a
cats.
cat cooking in the smoker right now. Been
Mm, tender.
Yep. Well, and the whole reason I mentioned you meeting cats is because I wanted to know if you ate any and what it was like.
What your favourite breed of cat is to eat.
Yep. No, in all serious, I think it's maybe been clear on this podcast, but also just as long as you've known me that I'm a cat fan. I've had cats. I like animals, but I love cats. And it seems to be there is this kind of like dichotomy between cat people and dog people.
Mm, there does seem to be, yeah.
And as someone who likes both, I had a dog when I was a child. I would love to have a dog, but there's reasons why I don't. And
Mhm.
you have two dogs in your home.
Yeah.
One who may like to eat cats. I guess I don't know about Keith's dog, and his thoughts, but you couldn't have a cat right now, basically, right?
No, unfortunately not. I would really like one, but, it would probably end in disaster, and that's no life for a cat to live.
Imagine coming home to just like
A
the massacre.
bloodbath.
Yeah. Oh god, that'd be horrifying.
I'd be
Ugh.
like, "Cat, why did you eat Jess?"
Yeah, obviously that'd be what happened
Yeah.
because Jess is such a small, dainty little delicate flower of a dog.
Yeah, she's a tiny little lapdog.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
actually quite a sweet dog, but she very much has some hunter instincts, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's got a bit of a prey drive. Um, can't be helped, she's just doing what dogs wanna do.
Dog around.
She's just dogging around. She's a bit of a dogger.
Have you encountered people or had conversations about, like, this cat versus dog debate?
Well, yeah, I mean, I live it every day. You know, dog people hate cat people and cat people hate dog people, and that's I'm a dog person, and that's why I hate you.
I like you, though, because I also like dogs.
No,
I
yeah,
mean, there's
I
the people
I
who
like
like
both.
both. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I think I was a cat person in inverted commas in speech marks
Mhm.
until I had dogs, and they're just very different animals.
Mhm.
Um, I really love cats, and I would love a cat because they're just sort of independent, do their thing, and if you've got a
Mhm.
nice cat, you can have a lovely little cuddle with them.
Mhm.
Um, but you don't have to walk them every day and,
Mm, yeah.
all that kind of stuff that comes with a dog. But then dogs could arguably have a little bit more of a personality. But again, I think it depends on the cat. Some cats have got loads of personality and some dogs have got nothing between the eyes. So,
And vice versa, yeah.
mhm.
I think the thing that I hear the most is something like that, and the whole like loyalty, man's best friend kind of thing. And
Yeah.
people who I think really talk about not liking cats either have never had a cat or bad experiences with
Yeah.
a cat because
Mm.
some cats are a little more standoffish or aggressive or just not cuddly. And what I was going to say to you with these cats that you met who love you and you love
Mm.
them,
Yep.
there was something validating about that cat or those cats wanting to be near you, sit
Yeah.
on you, love you. Like you felt like that was something about you as a person
Mhm.
because of how those cats felt, which with dogs, for the most part, you meet a dog, the dog likes you. Like
Yeah.
the dog likes
True.
attention, is very like there's no, in my opinion, like earned love from a dog. That dog just loves you and is happy to be there. With a cat, it's like you almost got to earn it. And when you
Yeah.
do, it's so validating.
So satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think cats are, like, drawn to me as well.
Well, I can see why I'm drawn to you, and I'm basically a cat, so
Exactly, I think I may have been a cat in a previous life or something like that.
probably a royal one, even.
Probably.
Uh,
Cleopatra's cat or something, I don't know.
yep. My friend's cat, Lauren's cat, absolutely despises me.
Really?
And I don't know why, because it wasn't always like that when she first got her. She was fine with me. And then, like, one day I went to visit, and it was just like someone flipped a switch. And to this day, hasn't forgotten her hatred for me. And it's like she's one of those cats that is a little standoffish. She really loves Lauren, but um, she doesn't just like pick and choose people. So like I know there's that. It's like part of it is her personality, but the degree to which she despises me is more than
Anyone
with
else?
other people. Yeah, and it's been a
What have
topic
you
of
done?
I don't know, other than try to love her, which I guess, like, if I'm too thirsty, I could see that as being a
Yeah,
turn
maybe.
off.
She can
Because
smell
I
your
do
desperation.
Yeah, because I do whenever I meet a cat or a dog, I do want them to love me, go to a
Yeah.
house party, and it's like, "I'm just gonna hang out with this cat here."
Where are the animals? Take me to them.
Yep, pretty much. So, it hurts my heart anytime I'm around Rhoda because of how much she hates me, and I just want to touch her, and she's an orange cat, and as you know, that's
You love an orange cat.
I had an orange army up until recently, RIP Momo and Milo, but I would totally get a dog. The matter of not having a dog is A, I had 3 cats at one point, and it's like, uh, we often asked ourselves, "Well, why do we have so many cats?" And then B, as they got older and health issues, like with Lucy currently, I mean, she's pretty old, she's blind, like, let's not do that to
Yeah,
her.
let's
We
not stress
dog
her out.
sat Yeah, I mean, we dog sat and it went fine, but the dog was very chill and gave her a wide berth and
Mm.
was maybe even a little scared of her.
That's often the
So
case.
yeah, so it worked out, but it's just like that piece of like, let's not stress out our cats. But then also, as you said, dogs are a little more high maintenance.
Mhm. They are, and you know, it does restrict you a little bit because if you go on holiday, you need someone to look after them
Mhm.
or put them in kennels, which
Mhm.
I do not like, but, um and even, you can't really leave a dog more than 4 hours. So even just,
Yep.
going out at the weekends can often be restricted
Yep.
by your little pooches. But with cats as well, I think they have a what's the word? Um,
But
they do have a butt, yes. They often like to show you their little arsehole as well.
Yep,
They have a reputation, that's the word I'm looking for, for having butts.
they sure do.
Just for, like, being arrogant, don't they?
Yeah. Mhm.
And some cats really are. I love it when, like, those videos of the cats just pushing shit off shelves. It's so funny.
Yeah. Yep, me too. I think that it I prefer my cats to be, like, super even if it's just with me, but, like, I do like a good cuddle, so
Mhm.
I would be sad, and I mean, I grew up with cats too, and I would be sad if, like, my cats didn't wanna sit on my lap, let me pet them, nuzzle me, and Momo actually was really good about that, and Lucy is too, but she's a little bit more like, "Okay, I need my space now. I'm gonna jump down and run into the wall because I can't see before I leave the room." And so, and I think that's the nice thing about dogs is like they're happy to see you. They love getting belly rubs, which is often a no-no zone for cats. And, they want to be a lap dog, even if they're huge. I have family who used to have Great Danes and those dogs who just want to put their butt on your lap. And it's like, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. You're heavier than me and taller than me, and that's fine, but go ahead and just sit right there.
Having a Great Dane on your lap is, well, it's a lot to
A
take
real
in.
treat.
A real treat, yeah.
I think cats too also know when people don't like them because my stepdad, the
Yeah.
few times he's come to visit, it's not that he doesn't, he's just very disinterested in animals sometimes. And it was just like Lucy immediately on his lap,
Mhm.
Momo immediate, and he
They
just would like
always smell them out.
scratch their heads like this, just like the saddest little pet. And they're like, yes, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Whereas I'm over and like, I will brush you and feed you and oh, just fuck
Treat
off.
you like
Okay.
a princess, yeah.
Yep. Cool. Cool, 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 cool.
There's that meme that I saw about it. Um, Dogs are basically like having children that can't speak,
Mhm.
and need constant attention and for you to pick up their poo, whereas cats are just a cool roommate who'll be there and give you a cuddle. I was like,
Yeah.
so true.
Yep. I read that cats, I don't know if it's true, but I just read that cats apparently like the way they perceive us is like a big hairless cat roommate
Yeah.
and that they're often like a little worried about us. It's like you're bald. Like, are you okay?
And apparently when they bring you, like, dead mice and birds and things,
Mhm.
that's because they think you're shit at hunting and they need to help you. So, like, "Look, sorry, Kate, but I notice you've not been eating any dead mice, so I'm gonna help you out, and I've caught you a few." Okay.
And the shit you've been feeding me is not at all what I want, so I wondered if
Yeah,
that's just because you're really bad at your job.
just trying to give you a fucking hint.
Yeah. One thing that is true for both cats and dogs, though, is the breeds seem to have kind of special personalities, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it again, maybe more so with dogs because of I breeding. Like, I think breeding happens a lot more with dogs than cats. Like,
Mhm.
cat owners are like, "I got this cat from the dumpster, and he's my favorite." You know? "Yep, this is my trash cat." Momo came from, I'm pretty sure, a barn somewhere in, like,
Oh,
Meth
really?
Central Iowa, and Lucy was, the result of a cat that was had a litter of kittens that a friend of mine kind of rescued and nursed the kittens to health and stuff, and Lucy was not on track to make it, but made it, and so she's always been a little bit special needs because she didn't do well. She's a little failure to thrive there, but both were kinda trash cats, and,
Oh,
like, our
bless
dog
him.
was a boxer, purebred boxer, and he
Couldn't
was
breathe.
very much a boxer in all the ways.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I once got 2 cats for my birthday I think when I was 12, and we got them from a rescue centre, and they were both feral cats. So, I mean, they were just wild cats, basically, that we were trying to keep in a house, which they didn't like that much.
Mm-mm.
But one was called Shadow, the other one was called Grumpus, because she was the grumpiest cat. She came with that name, and we were like, "Oh, that's
Mhm.
funny,"
Oh,
and then got her home, and we were like, "Oh god, this
oh,
cat's the fucking devil."
yeah.
Hated everyone but my mum. Even, like, you'd
Mm,
walk past, and she'd, like, swipe at you and hiss, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, literally only liked my mum. But they ended up getting pregnant at the same time,
Oh.
and both gave birth to their kittens at exactly the same time.
Aw.
So, I think at one point we had, like, 14 kittens running around the house. It was crazy.
I bet that was cute as hell.
Oh, it was amazing. I would loved it.
You just, like, rolled around in a pile of kittens.
Yeah. Oh, and actually my don't know if I should tell this, but so my younger brother was obviously much younger, so he was probably like 5, I think, at the time. And at the time we lived in a 3-story house, and the living room and kitchen were on the bottom floor, and the kittens had been on the top floor in my
Mhm.
bedroom under the bed. And this was, like, when they were, like, firstborns, they can't even, like, open their
See,
eyes and,
yeah.
like, yeah, they haven't got any fur and stuff.
They look like little rats.
And we're all down in the living room or in the kitchen, and we just kept hearing this, like, we're like, what's that noise?" Went to investigate, and Joe is just throwing the kittens one by one down the stairs, and by this point, this was the bottom staircase, so he'd thrown them all down 2 sets of stairs.
Oh my god, were they okay? TBD, we don't know what happened to them.
They were actually all fine. They were absolutely
Yeah.
fine. He also used to, like, hide them in drawers and stuff. I don't he did not like those kittens for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, my cousin Levi has a story he will often tell from when he was very young. He grew up on a farm, and hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing a little bit about it, but he grew up on a farm, there was always stray cats having babies and stuff, and, like, they were in, like, the barn loft area,
Mm.
and he brought them all down, and he wanted to put them in a safe space, so he took them into the garage and put them in a cooler and closed the lid.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I bet you can imagine what happened. He was, like, probably 3 or 4, he was really young, so it was,
Oh,
kind of
no.
an innocent mistake, but it was just like, "Oh god." Just
Were they just a bit chilly or
I think he just thought that was a good space to, like, keep him safe because it was enclosed, but they shut the lid and therefore, all their air disappeared. Yeah. Sorry, Levi, I told everyone.
We've disclosed your darkest secret.
Mhm. Yep, and he was never the same.
Oh, I never got over that day.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I know when I first got Momo, I was It was like the first semester of my last year of college, and I had a roommate, and she came home one day. I was out of town, and I was heading back, and she's like, "Oh, you must have came back because I just opened the fridge and Momo jumped out." And I was like, "No, I'm not back in town yet." And she's like, "He must have got in there when I was like getting some food and getting ready to go to work, and I think he was in there for something like 8 hours."
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
and he was fine, maybe. I don't know. I mean, he lived obviously, but I
Yeah.
was just like imagine coming home and opening the fridge and my cat's dead in the fridge. Big enough space that he had enough air, and he was, like, just a little guy at the time, but it was
Oh
just like, "Oh
my
my
god.
god, Momo." He did really like to get in the fridge. He got into dishwashers. He would climb into so many things.
God, imagine, like, the washing machine. Just
I know
proper
people what
wash.
that's happened to them, yeah.
Oh
Or
my
the dryer because it's
god.
nice and warm and full of fluffy, warm clothes, and then maybe someone, like, was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just do another cycle to
Oh,
make freshen 'em up," and
fuck.
yeah.
That's horrendous.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Ugh.
Okay, well, public service announcement, please check your washers and dryers before turning them on if you do have a cat. Thank you. And your
Yep,
fridge.
especially if they like to get into stuff. I mean, thankfully, that never happened. They didn't seem that interested in doing that. My cats did, but it happens.
That sure happens.
I think bottom line, though, is cats are great, dogs are great. Something that's not great are fucking birds.
You don't like birds?
No, I don't. I want to. My mom had these 2 pet birds, and one was really sweet, and the other was not, and also hated me and would hiss at me when I walked by, and whenever I went to stay, she just decided it was, like, really fun to be super fucking noisy at 4 AM because she knew I was there, and I'm pretty sure she murdered the other bird.
Oh my
God, she was a
god.
jerk. She was a jerk.
Wow. I do like it when people have parrots and they teach them to swear, though. That really makes me laugh. But I don't think people should have pets as birds as pets.
Why not?
'Cause they fly. They don't belong in a cage.
Mhm.
Let them be free,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I've seen some really cute videos of, like, pet cockatoos, parrots, lovebirds, and stuff. So, like, I actually don't think I probably hate birds, but I hated
You
that
hated
specific
that
bird.
bird, yeah.
Yeah,
Fair enough,
because
yeah.
they're pretty cute, but I agree, like, instinctually, but you could say that about cats and dogs too, I suppose, and that's one
True.
thing I appreciate about coming to England is I feel like cats are far more commonly, like, indoor, outdoor cats
Mhm.
there, and that's good for them, but like, n that wouldn't have worked for my cats because they are far too stupid and would never survive in the wild, and the few times they've gotten outside, like, Lucy tumbled down a wall and Milo was, like, wandering around in the alley, and I'm just like, "No, you'll never make it." But there are a few, like, indoor, outdoor cats. Our neighbor has a cat named Henry who'd come over and visit sometimes, and I liked him, but
Yeah, it seems much more common in America to have just indoor cats, but I don't know anyone over here that has like, only keeps their cats indoors.
yeah.
But then a lot of cats do get run over. I used to live on a main
Mhm.
road when I was a kid, and I had a few cats that all
Mm.
perished in the road quite
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
So
That's my concern, and, like, I just moved enough too that I feel like my cats would be so confused about their surroundings that they wouldn't know where to go.
yeah, true. Especially when you moved state.
Yep.
Like, we're in a whole
Your
different
cat's back
country.
in Sioux City somehow. Got out, made it back,
Yeah.
homeward bound style.
There are cats that do that, don't they? They just go
I
back to
remember
their old
reading once,
homes.
yeah, that cats get more attached to places than people, and so, like, if you do move, particularly within, like, the same area and your cat gets out, they might end up back at the old house.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Clever little fuckers.
speaking of animals, though, that we like or dislike or people dislike, something that I've been thinking a lot about?
Mhm.
Squirrels.
Squirrels!
Yes. Squirrels have been on my mind because I'm weird, and we have some squirrels that are kind of nightmares.
Mhm.
Our neighbor has a really nice garden, including, like, vegetables, and the amount of, like, half a giant tomato that gets left on our deck or on our stoops or in front of our door is excessive. Like, it's so wasteful. Eat the whole fucking tomato if you're gonna start at squirrel.
Mm,
But I just have heard so many stories about squirrels being, like, horrible that
yeah.
I just I can't get over these tiny little, like, tree rats that are quite aggressive and smart. Apparently, they're very smart and are carnivores. They actually love to eat chicken, and I remember one time I encountered a squirrel just sitting on a fence post eating a chicken wing that they got out of the garbage, and I'm like I had no idea that squirrels were carnivores when that happened, and I was like, "Is it the apocalypse?"
What is happening?
But
Yeah.
apparently, they love meat.
Well, yeah, I mean, I live obviously by a little woodland. I say obviously, it's not obvious. Um, and there's a lot of squirrels in there, and there are definitely more than a few that are just arseholes.
Mhm.
And you'll be like walking under a tree, and I swear down they are purposely throwing acorns at
Oh,
me.
yeah, they do that. Yep. "Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here," they're saying.
Mm. It's really unnecessary.
Mhm.
And they've also, I don't know whether you know about this, but in England, we used to mainly have red squirrels, which are super cute and
Yes, they are.
small.
Mhm.
And somewhere along the line, grey squirrels got introduced, and they essentially, like, pretty much killed and wiped out the whole population of red squirrels. Now, red squirrels are, like, really rare and nearly extinct in England because of those little grey bastards.
I just was reading about American squirrels causing trouble in Britain too, and I wonder if, yeah, okay.
Oh, I knew it
Eastern
had
gray
something to do with you.
Eastern grays are the most common U.S. tree squirrel, but in addition to helping them reclaim lost habitats, people have introduced them to places outside their native range, from Western North America to Europe and South Africa. Eastern greys are now invasive pests in the UK, where they threaten smaller native red squirrels, who
Mhm.
are so cute. There's a picture of one. Squirrels have also become invasive in other places around the world, including Australia, which has no native squirrels of its own. So, yeah,
Oh,
sorry about that. We killed all your squirrels
they're
and
so
replaced
cute. I can't
them.
believe it. I can't believe you've done that to me. I don't think I've ever seen a real red squirrel. I think they were trying to reintroduce them. Um, I think they may still be in Scotland, if I'm right in thinking that.
Keep going.
There are two species of squirrel in the UK. Red squirrels. Squirrel's really hard to say in a Scottish accent. And grey squirrels. Squirrels. I can't. So yeah, they're trying to protect them. So they're now limited to certain areas of the UK, such as Anglesey, parts of northern England and Scotland. In many cases, they've had to retreat to wilder, remoter locations, get away from those grey bastards.
I had no idea that gray squirrels were so, like, they were they're colonizers
They
and also
are.
committing genocide.
Yeah. Evil squirrels.
Interesting.
Wow.
Well, here where I'm at, we have like, see, I would say they're a red, but I suppose they're probably more brown because they don't look like the red squirrel here. But I have also seen gray ones and black ones, and then very recently saw a fully white one because I think it
Oh,
was, it was an albino
albino.
squirrel.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we have a wide variety of them, but it does depend on what part of the country you're in
Mm.
that you'll see more of them. And here I would say they're kind of like just basic kind of brownie red squirrels.
Cute.
Yeah, no, I hate them actually, like I
Mm.
just said.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot that part. Do you know what I hate? I don't hate, but I dislike seagulls.
Yeah, they suck.
They fucking suck. And I
Ugh,
mean, I
yeah.
live like half an hour away from the coast. Loads of seagulls here. I'm like, what are you doing here? There's no sea. They make loads of
I mean,
noise. They're like,
I think they're just called gulls.
yeah, I guess they are, yeah. But they seem to be getting bigger and more ballsy, more
Mhm.
ballsy. And I was talking to my mate down in Brighton, and they're fucking horrible in Brighton.
Yeah.
And he said he watched a seagull eat a whole pigeon whole. Just
What?
fucking opened its mouth and hocked the thing back and swallowed it. And when I
Oh
went
my
down
god.
to Brighton, the last time I went down, actually, I witnessed a seagull. There was a dead bird on the floor, and it was, just a normal dead bird. And I went into a cafe to get a cup of tea, and by the time I'd come out, this seagull had just ripped this fucking bird open.
Jesus.
It's like into like a million pieces. I was just like, "You're horrible. Please go."
Cannibals.
Yeah.
I mean, my experiences with seagulls have been the stereotypical going to Brighton or somewhere with a pier and walking along and watching them go after people with food,
Yep.
including my mother-in-law, my friend, having them, like, basically pepper us with shit, you
Yep.
know? And it's just like, I hate it. I'm not gonna I refuse to eat anything,
Mhm.
when I'm out there because they, like, are relentless and it
Yeah.
sucks. I didn't realize they're cannibals, though. That's
Yeah, they're
amazingly
just
bad.
gross. There needs to be some sort of cull.
Yeah. Oh god. Um, Back to I wanna tell this story real quick about because it made me laugh so much about squirrels. So my mom, like, feeds birds and has,
Mhm.
like, bunnies and, like, a lot of wildlife and turkeys and stuff that come up on her
Aw.
little 'cause she has, like, this big pan of bird food out, and the
Snow
squirrels
White.
obviously yes, pretty much, um, enjoy it, and one day she forgot to, like, go fill it or, like, replenish it or just put it out, and she said the squirrels, like, climbed up the screen door and stared at her, and then when she didn't come out fast enough, they fucking peed on the screen door, and I was like, "Those squirrels are terrorizing you. They're emotional terrorists, and they're, like,
Yeah,
threatening you if you don't feed them."
they are dicks, aren't
Yeah,
they?
horrible, horrible. Okay, rant over about squirrels now and goals. Sorry. Just been thinking a lot about it, and I had to get it off my chest.
Just can't stop thinking about those fucking squirrels.
What are you using for skincare lately?
Well, I am using a Lizelle cleanser in the
Mhm,
morning, hot
mhm.
cloth cleanser,
Okay.
um, and then I use hyaluronic acid
La, la,
and
la,
B5,
la.
and, sometimes a little, how do you pronounce it? Niacinamide? I can't
Yeah,
pronounce any
I think that's
skincare.
right. Niacinamide.
Niacinamide, and then a lovely bit of Olay 7
Mm.
FX moisturiser.
How's it working for you?
It is fine, I think. Um, I never did skincare until probably like a year or so ago. I always just
Mhm,
wash my face with water, and I was good to go.
mhm.
I always had quite an oily complex growing up, so I didn't wanna put anything on my face. If I used moisturiser, I'd just break out and get loads of
Yeah,
spots, so
yeah.
I didn't bother. But then since going into the old flirty 30s, my skin appears to have dried into a shriveled up little prune-like
Mhm. Yep.
organ.
Yep.
So, and it was upon speaking with you and Charlie really, um, about skincare that I was like, "Oh, maybe I should be doing stuff to my face to make it better."
I remember that conversation, 'cause I think Charlie was like, "So I've started to get really into skincare," and I'm
Yeah,
like, "Say more. Tell me everything," 'cause
yeah. And
I
you
think
2 had a very
thanks
enthusiastic conversation about
yeah.
skincare.
Yeah, thanks to my mom, she got me started real early with, like, face washing, moisturizing, and stuff like that,
Mm,
that kind of carried into adulthood, which I think was good. I appreciate that.
mm.
Um, but, I've unfortunately spent a fuck ton of money on skincare because, like, you see the thing that's gonna promise the thing, and you try it, and
Mhm.
doesn't do the thing because, like, there's no real miracle, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And just, like, trying loads, and there's so much out there,
Yeah.
particularly marketed towards women, but I do like hearing other people discuss the things that they like and what works for them, but we all have different skin issues. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've always been really dry, so never been oily, always, like, dry as the Sahara. Don't touch me, I'm gonna turn to dust.
You gotta keep that skin moist.
Yep. So, I think it's interesting to hear, people who haven't maybe kind of been doing it since they were in their tweens, and, I feel like a part of it is a gimmick and, like, perhaps just society telling us to spend money on things,
Mhm.
but there's a benefit to it as well, I believe, and not just for women, men too. So, um,
Yeah,
but
I
it's just
definitely
like
think it's benefited and changed my skin complex
mhm,
because I was getting loads
yeah.
of really dry patches and my pores were huge all of a sudden.
Yeah, I could basically, like, go swimming in them.
I know, it's disgusting. Basically, stick your little finger in one. And it's really helped with that. But yeah, I do think a lot of it could be gimmicky and just companies trying to make a little bit of dollar. That'll be
Yeah.
all, baby.
It's true. I don't know, I think, like, I they say, like, the hyaluronic acid is not really doing anything, but it
Mm,
feels nice. Um, but it also is like you get such differing perspectives from people who are quote unquote like experts or dermatologists
mm,
and stuff. And so like I actually, talk to my dermatologist a lot about this and what works based on on my skin. And one thing that she felt pretty strongly about that people should start sooner rather than later is like a retinol or
yep.
retinoid.
So
Um,
this is apparently the only skincare product that's actually scientifically proven
mhm.
to have an effect,
Yeah.
whereas others are just kind of, some people it works, some people it doesn't.
Yeah. I think probably the biggest thing is, like, cleaner skin, right? Particularly if you wear makeup or
Mhm.
if you're in, like, just kinda, like, city pollution and air getting
Yeah.
on your skin and stuff like that, and I put on sunscreen on my face every day that I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure I need to wash off, and boy, was washing my face at night was something that took me a real long time to get consistent about because
Mm.
lazy or,
Yeah.
late night out and just can't be asked for a reason or another, but
Mhm.
I think because getting into my 30s and all of a sudden being like, "Oh no, my value as a woman is steadily decreasing as each day I get older and these fine lines, I need to fix them in order to still be viable as a goddamn person." It's become more important to me to like, I guess, do that.
Mm.
And so my retinoid is prescribed and like very it's like I don't even know the measurements, but I do think it makes a big difference.
Yes, I think I use a retinol in the evening sometimes, and I do think it's made a bit of a difference, but I get really paranoid about it because it makes your skin
Yeah.
sensitive to sun. So
Mhm.
during the summer, I've been like not really using it because I'm really scared that I'm gonna get sun damage, even though I am using SPF.
I was just
But
gonna ask, why aren't you putting sunscreen on your
I
fucking
am,
face?
but I just get worried about it because I do like to have a little sit in the sunshine.
You can still get color wearing SPF.
Oh, I know, but I just don't want the retinol to
Mhm. Yeah.
damage it any more than it need be. Um, but I've noticed because I now obviously follow skincare addiction
Mhm.
threads on Reddit and things like that. And in America, you can get tretinoin,
Tretinoin, that's what I have, yeah.
tretinoin, but you can't get that in the UK.
Do you want me to bring you some?
Yeah,
Okay, don't tell
if you
anybody.
could, I won't.
Yeah, I will.
Don't
I
tell
have
your
it on,
husbands.
like, auto ship, you can just have the next bottle I have, but keep in mind, compare to, like, what you've been using,
Hmm.
and, um, because and probably you will want to do it, like, once a week, then twice a week, and I think you and I talked about this before. Maybe you would benefit from putting it on last after your moisturizer too, because
Yeah,
that'll help with like any skin freak out.
yeah,
So
that's what I've been doing.
yeah.
But I did. So I got the 0.5% retinol, and my skin was absolutely fine with that. Wasn't an issue.
Mhm.
and so I thought, "I'll try the 1%."
Jesus.
Yeah. And boy, did
Ooh,
I purge.
I bet. Yeah, I think mine's 0.25, maybe it's point 0.5 now, I can't
Oh,
remember, I'll have to
really?
check. Yeah, but it is I think there's a difference between the stuff that you can get prescribed versus
Yeah.
the kind that you can buy over the counter
Mhm.
because of so even if it's like point 0.5 over the counter, it might not still be as strong based on what else is in it. And mine
No,
also
probably
has
not.
the niacinamide in it too.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. So I've gone back to the zero point 0.5 now because I was just peeling. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
But I guess that's like kind of what's supposed to happen. It's just like
Yeah,
it would be ideal if it didn't like happen so aggressively.
that's it. Yeah, I was just like, "Oh, this doesn't look great. I'm not
People are gonna
really
think I have
enjoying this."
leprosy.
Mm. I've also heard a lot of people moaning about niacinamide.
Mhm.
Apparently, a lot of people react really badly to it,
Interesting.
and they're like kicking off because it's in so many products,
Yeah. Yeah, it
and they
is.
don't realise, and then pop it on their face and wake up in the morning with a big old blotchy face.
And this is something that I've never really tried. Like, I will get the skincare product du jour that says it does X, Y, and Z, and I will not patch test, and I will just throw it right on, and
Yep.
then I will be like, "This didn't do anything," literally after one use, and then it goes into my cupboard, and then I don't use it again. So I think I've, like, gotten a little lucky despite the fact that my skin freaks out about the most random shit, like, skincare products haven't thankfully done that, but I have
Mm,
not been careful about it at all,
no,
and
and you really should with your whole eyelash blow up.
I know I should, and thankfully, like, I've kind of found something that works for me, but I don't think you guys have Sephora there, but you have, like, Boots
Mm,
and Space NK and stuff, which
yeah.
is the equivalent, but I will be on it, and I'll be, like, replenishing the thing I like to use, like, I have certain products that I buy over and over again, and then I'll see something like, "Oh, the new whatever," and it's supposed to basically make you look like you're a 12-year-old or an
Mhm.
infant or, whatever, and I'll buy it, and it's stupidly expensive and just never use it again. This is
So
a
do you have, like, a cupboard that's just probably worth, like,
yeah.
thousands?
Well, at one point, yeah, I think after a while, I've started, like, forcing myself to work through things that aren't expired and get rid of the things that are,
Mm,
but, it was terrible habit of mine, and I think it's just, like, insecurity. I did it with makeup too, like, I
mm,
bought so much makeup. I have so much makeup that I don't wear. I don't even really wear makeup anymore, but I that was, like, the one thing is maybe just, like, letting kind of societal pressure guide me in my purchase habits.
mm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've used the same foundation since I was, like, 16.
Ooh, which one?
So it's a number 7. I
Mhm.
don't know if you get that.
Yeah, we have that here, and I'm familiar with it, but I don't think we have nearly the, like, full complement of the brand that you guys do.
Because yeah, I think it's like a UK
Mhm.
based thing, but it's the number 7 intelligent foundation. It comes in basically 3 shades, light, medium, or dark,
Okay, yeah.
and it basically blends into the color of your skin.
Mhm.
And it's fucking brilliant. It's really
Nice.
light. Like, I hate a heavy foundation. I cannot bear it.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I've tried so many others, and I'm just like, I feel like my face is being suffocated. I just
Yeah,
don't like it.
that's the thing. The times I've had to, like, do a full face with, like, a foundation that provides full coverage is, like, my wedding,
Mm,
um, maybe, like, a big event or something, and it's just, like, you can just feel it sitting on your
yeah.
face, and
And then when you have to take it off, it takes like 10 years. Like, how
yeah,
much shit is on my face?
yeah. It
It's not good.
As much as I appreciate people who can do a full face, the contour, like, the
Mm.
blending, all of that,
Oh,
like,
it's
I
amazing.
also not very good, nor do I think I have the, like, patience to actually sit there and kind of do all the things you need for it, and so then
No.
it just doesn't look good on me when I try.
No. I tried doing contouring, and one side looked good, and the other side was wonky. So I just had a wonky
So
face.
you're just, like, sitting like this, kinda to the side, like, "No one look at me on
Yeah.
this side."
This is my best side. If you could just look at my left side of my face, that'd be great.
But it makes me happy, like, the skincare routine and rituals, those are things that, like, I probably kind of like don't mind spending my money on now, just because I do think there is a benefit there, and like I see a benefit, but there's so many things that I feel like just as a woman, but also as a person that we buy and probably don't really care that much about. Like you buy the really cheap shirt, right? The fast
Mm.
fashion shirt, or you buy the hair product, or you buy the whatever. And it's just like, then we just don't fucking use it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. What I do wish they would make is just a fucking eye cream that actually gets rid of dark circles.
Yeah, that's like not a thing I learned.
I know, yeah, same.
It's genetic or based
Mhm.
on allergies. My derm told me it's just like from just kind of like having a lack of kind of collagen here that probably happened from birth because apparently like breastfeeding impacts that a little bit.
And also how
And
much sleep
so
you're getting, how much water
yeah,
you're drinking.
losing weight, that
Yeah.
sort of thing, a lot of different things. And so she's like, the only thing that really will get rid of it is like filler. But even then, that's just to like plump up the space. And
Mm.
you still, like, it'll still probably be even a little bit dark. So I've just accepted this about me that I
Yeah,
just
same.
constantly look tired and not well. So,
I was talking about this earlier actually. I've had people, when I was not wearing makeup, ask how I got my black eye. I was like, "Oh, no, I'm just not wearing makeup today. This is my natural face." So
yep. Do you also get when you decide to, like, maybe put on a little more makeup than usual and people are like, "You look tired. Are you okay? Are you feeling well?" I got that all the time, and it's like, "No, I actually just, like, tried really hard today, but I guess it had the opposite
yeah,
effect."
I just made myself look 10 times worse. So sorry, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go home now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
you, though. It's just like I guess we can just say they're like our, like, earned badges of
Yeah.
being
Wisdom
mid-30s.
bags.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm, they're my wisdom bags. I never used to have them though, so maybe I do just need a bit more sleep and a bit more water. I don't know.
You got, like, 11 hours not that long ago. I You're good for the rest of your life.
I've caught up now. Am I the asshole?
You know you are, baby.
Okay, got the wrong one there. Here we are. Right, it's topical.
Boom.
Am I the asshole for hiding my girlfriend's skincare? Basically, I hid my girlfriend's skincare collection. I was planning on throwing it all away until she freaked out about it.
Yeah.
My girlfriend has had my girlfriend has had sort of an obsessive hobby with buying skincare since before me, and it's only gotten worse since we started dating. We've been dating about 4 years. She picks up extra shifts on the weekend just to afford the newest, most interesting products. At first, I was supportive of her hobby, whatever makes her happy, I guess. But lately, I've been struggling to understand why she buys these things. We have separate bathrooms, and in every single drawer, there's a toner, a cleanser, or exfoliant. She's in school to become a dermatologist, but seriously, I don't know anyone in school, in capital letters, with this much of a collection. I've tried for months to tell her that this isn't healthy and that she needs help. But she tells me because she pays the bills in our apartment and for my food and other hobbies, she's allowed to do whatever she wants with her extra money. But to me, it's completely wasteful. She's already gorgeous and with incredibly lovely, pillow soft skin with not a single scar. She literally has the best skin everywhere on her body. It's like she's been fucking airbrushed. This doesn't matter to her though. She's always having packages showing up with new additions to her collection. And here's where I think I messed up. My girlfriend spends about 12 hours on a double shift at work. And after she left, I decided to load all of her skincare in multiple black trash bags and just put them in my truck. I wasn't going to go crazy and throw them away. I know this stuff is worth $3,000 to $4,000. Some of this shit is literally in fucking boxes. I just wanted to try and show her that she didn't need any of it. And when she came home at around 12 a.m., exhausted and just wanted to wash her face, She has to, in quote marks. All of her products were missing, obviously. She immediately came to me in almost hysterics about how everything was gone and she thinks we were robbed. I told her we weren't robbed and that she doesn't need all this stuff because she's beautiful already. I told her I took it away, didn't say where, because she doesn't need all this garbage. Within seconds, her mood changed and she wouldn't even look at me. She took her blankets to the couch and slept there crying. She was being so dramatic, I decided to just get the stuff from my truck. And I brought the bags in and dumped them on the floor, and she started sobbing. She said there were some of them that were gifts from her father that passed away, and she thought she would never get to see them again. He apparently wasn't good at gift giving, but who knew this passion of hers? Am I the arsehole? I literally gave her stuff back, and I don't believe her dad would just suddenly give her gifts. As she said in the past, he struggles with buying gifts. I really don't want to lose her. I want to marry her. She's the most beautiful woman and kind soul I've ever met.
Girl, leave his ass. You are a prick, mate. Fuck you.
I feel like
Oh
things
boy.
touched a nerve.
I'm like, she's just going to school to be a dermatologist. This is clearly a passion of hers. They have separate bathrooms. It's not like it's encroaching on his space. She works extra to afford it. You talk about her really nice skin. Bro, why the fuck do you think she has such nice skin and cares about it? Ugh. You have no right to fucking nag the shit out of her and take her stuff, even if it wasn't a gift from her recently departed father. There is nothing about this that impacts you other than that, I don't know, you just think it's weird. Like, if you were married and there was financial problems and she continued to spend money on these things, only then do I think you have the right to at least stick your nose in it a bit and be like, we need to budget better. But in no way do you have the right, sir, to do anything you just did or said and have the thoughts you have. Ugh.
Preach, sister.
Ugh.
He's done an edit.
Good.
We broke up. She blocked me on everything.
Good. I am so mad for her. Good for you, girl. Run away.
So I think what you're saying, Kate, is that he may be the asshole in this situation.
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say.
In a roundabout way. Yeah.
Oh my God. I assume perhaps you generally agree with me. I just like, it's so expensive. So
Yeah.
expensive. Washing your face at night is necessary.
Mhm. She's just on a 12-hour shift. And she'd like to wash her face. It's her stuff, which she bought with her own money. So just leave it alone. Get the fuck out. How would you feel if she threw your Xbox away because she didn't think it was a good hobby to have?
I'm guessing this person's perhaps unemployed, and that's probably what he does. I'm going to
Probably.
just make wild assumptions about this
Yeah.
person because of my opinions based on this. Am I the asshole? It makes me so angry. Like, she did everything right, too, you
Mm.
know?
Yeah, man.
She pays the bills. It's not like she spent the money on skincare instead of rent. Like, arguably, it was going to make her better at her job if she was going to become a dermatologist.
Yeah.
And just like, who the fuck cares? Let her, like, you started off so strong and saying I supported her, it made her happy, and then like you
Mhm.
turns out you're actually just a fucking horrible person.
Get the fuck out. Leave now.
Yep.
Shut the door behind
Oh,
you.
I hated that. I'm glad she left him because he clearly only wanted to be with her because she was beautiful and had really nice skin.
Yeah. Fucking airbrushed bitch.
Yeah.
But maybe the reason she looks so fucking good is because she uses all her skincare.
Mhm. She takes care of herself. It's work.
Yeah. Well, there we
Sorry
have
I
it,
yelled.
folks. On that note, then, I guess if
As I
people want to tell us their little skincare routines
Yeah,
and recommend some products, that'd be greatly appreciated. Get in
let us know.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you hate squirrels, if you like cats versus
Mhm.
dogs, if I went a little overboard on my response.
Someone got a little bit angry.
My rage is subsiding.
Good. And breathe and breathe.
That almost made me more mad than the one from last week, which made me really mad.
My aim
Real
every week is just to get you angrier and angrier
till I literally
until you
explode.
just explode.
Perfect. I love that for us.
Good. Yeah. That's our dynamic.
Email us at talk shit2us@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, TSYB pod.
Yeah,
Cool.
I believe that's correct, yeah.
Great.
And, give us a like, subscribe, follow, hit us up, people.
Send us money.
Thank you.
All right.
Alright,
Until next time.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye.